Hey ladies, I'm reading an email from a subscriber today, and this is the third wealth video I'm making. Here's what she writes. Hey, I graduated last year and don't know what I want to do yet. I'm working in fast food since I was 16. I'm still working at the same restaurant. I thought about becoming a teacher, but I'm not sure. I really want a good paying job, and I'm thinking about getting into something STEM, but I don't know much about it or where to start. I just know I don't want to be broke forever. Any advice would be really helpful. So let's start off with the teaching first. I definitely don't recommend. I don't think Black women should be getting into these types of low-wage community service type positions, especially those that are undervalued and underpaid. A lot of Black women in that profession talk about being overworked, underpaid, and stuck between trying to help students and dealing with administrators and stuff like that. So they have a lot to deal with and basically get no help. But even if all that wasn't the case, it just doesn't pay enough. It's a career that relies heavily on women sacrificing their time and energy without good enough compensation. If you wanted to do it because you love working with kids, there's better options that won't leave you feeling burnt out or stuck financially. You can look into careers like pediatric healthcare or STEM fields that involve creating educational tools or programs for kids that's more financially rewarding for you. If you still want to stay working with kids without relying on it for income, try volunteering, mentoring, or tutoring in your free time. If you're still living with your parents, it's a safe environment and they're okay with you staying, take advantage of that. Don't feel pressured to move out if you can't afford it. Living at home is the best way to save money and invest in yourself without the burden of major bills. But don't get comfortable. Use this time to save aggressively. Look into investing and get started with that. Pay for certifications or education and cover other career expenses without having to rely on loans. One important thing to remember is to avoid getting deeply into debt. It's really easy to rely on credit cards, buy now, pay later plans, or unnecessary loans. But that can ruin your money and credit very quickly, and it'll take you years to rebuild it. Your credit score is probably in good shape right now, so keep it that way. Protect it by only using credit when absolutely necessary and paying off balances in full. A good credit score is going to help you later when it's time to make bigger moves like buying a house or starting a business. One of the main things I recommend is to start transitioning out of low-wage work as soon as possible. America has really normalized adults working in jobs that should really be stepping stone positions for high schoolers. It's better to get out of that type of job after high school and find more opportunities somewhere else. Jobs like fast food or general customer service can feel comfortable because you're used to them, but they won't help you grow or build the kind of future you're looking for. A lot of Black women are in unskilled customer service positions, and these will soon be replaced by artificial intelligence or outsourced to foreigners. It's also hard to network and gain meaningful skills in environments like that. Start looking for a more grown-up job in a more professional setting. Even if you don't feel like you're fully qualified, start applying for jobs in offices, hospitals, or just any type of entry-level positions in a better environment. These jobs pay more, give you exposure to high-income workplace culture, and help you develop experience you can't get in low-wage customer service jobs. These are the kinds of roles that will give you a better foundation for your next steps and get you out of your comfort zone because next you want to start looking to start your career and getting skills. We have to deal with inflation and the economy, so what used to be considered middle-class income is not really middle class anymore. You don't want to get in a career that takes 10 or 20 years just to make six figures. Focus on careers where you can start earning very close to six figures or earning six figures right out the gate. Try to get skills that make you competitive. You want to research and focus on skills that can't easily be replaced by AI or automation because these are what give you stability and opportunities to grow with experience. There's a big debate right now about foreigners being hired for certain skilled positions in America, so you also want to look into which careers are being outsourced more than others and avoid those. Because if you as an American are demanding $40 an hour for your career, but a foreigner is going to accept $10 an hour for the same thing, the company's going to look over you because they want to save money. If you're just starting out, certifications and programs like CompTIA Security Plus or Google IT Support Certificate are good for tech roles. Also look into learning data analysis skills like Excel, SQL, or Python, which are useful even if you don't go into tech. Also look into other STEM-related certifications like in the medical field. If you're interested in managing projects, certifications like KPM or Google Project Management are good options. There's a lot of options in STEM. I listed some of these before, but some of these don't require college, like aircraft mechanic, air traffic controller, diagnostic medical sonographer, cybersecurity analyst, or mobile developer. If you're willing to go to college, careers like nurse practitioner, physician assistant, software engineer, biomedical engineer, tax attorney, or pilot are great paths to look into. When you find something you're interested in, look at what people in the field are saying on social media. Pay attention to both the positive and negative, but use discernment. Some people complain about their jobs out of bitterness because the career didn't work out for them personally, and others might purposely gloss over issues because they're trying to sell courses or they just like lying about their situation. I looked up the career I have now and saw people calling it a scam because they didn't know what they were doing, didn't do proper research, or couldn't find a job, so you can't take everyone's opinion seriously. So look for a balanced view and see what fits you and which negatives you're willing to deal with long term. If you're not 100% sure about your career path yet, don't rush to go to college just because it feels like the next thing to do after high school. For now, focus on free or low-cost certifications and training programs that can help you figure out what you like. Apply to scholarships to places like boot camps that teach people skills. Once you know what specific career you want, you can decide whether college is necessary. If college is part of your plan, try to find a job at a company that offers tuition reimbursement. Programs like AmeriCorps can also help pay off student loans if you decide to go back to school later. Look into boot camps, and specialized programs for careers like radiation therapy or diagnostic medical sonography can be completed in about 2 years and lead to high-paying jobs in healthcare. Trade schools for aircraft mechanics or nuclear technicians are good options also, because there you can mandatory experience on top of the certification. You stay with your parents long term and can afford to give some of your time up. Internships and job shadowing can help you do a lot to research before committing to a specific path. For example, if you're considering becoming an air traffic controller, you can shadow professionals at local airports to get a sense of the job. If healthcare appeals to you, look into shadowing opportunities with radiation therapists or diagnostic medical sonographers at local hospitals or clinics. 10 years ago, a lot of internships were paid, but now they're kind of scamming and paying very low or not paying at all. So you basically have to have extra time on your hands or be willing to give some of your time for free for that opportunity, because they most likely won't be paying you enough for you to be able to pay bills or something like that. A lot of jobs right now are not hiring people that don't have experience, even if they have a lot of education. So that's why it could be really helpful for you, for your resume, and also for networking to be doing that. Take your time to research careers, build specific skills, don't have kids, and transition into environments where you can grow better. Once you actually start making money, stick to the 50-20-30 rule, 50% for needs. So half of your income should go toward essential expenses, things you can't live without. This includes rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, and any other basic living costs. This is going to increase with inflation. That's why it's important to be making money while you're still in school. 30% for wants. So about a third of your income can be spent on non-essential things and just splurging on yourself. This covers dining out, entertainment, hobbies, etc. 20% for savings or debt repayment. The final portion should go into building your future. Use this for savings, investments, or paying off any debts you have. This is key to long-term financial security and planning for big goals. The big goals you have are paying off school debt and saving up to buy land, and preferably you want to pay cash for whatever land you purchase so you don't have payments and debt looming over you. You want to maximize the money you make each year, and you do that by keeping debt low or non-existent while putting your saving in a high APR savings account. An APR savings account pays you interest based on an annual percentage rate, APR, which helps your money grow over time. The higher the APR percentage, the more you earn on your savings. If you keep money sitting in your checking account, it'll lose value because inflation decreases the worth of cash. If you don't put your money in savings, then you want it to be invested in land and certain stocks. And that's where it will hold and increase in value. So ladies, if you want to, you can send an email. The email is in the description, explaining your career and financial goal and what you're currently doing to work on it. Your college major, if you plan on going to college, or alternatives such as trade school, certifications, etc. Try not to send anything too personal like names, areas, or school names. And if you do, don't worry, I will edit it out.